Katie Zilverberg here, and I just thought I would put together a little video real quick to kind of introduce the channel, talk about myself, what I want to do here. I just got my coffee, hanging out in the grocery store parking lot, so I don't know why I thought this would be a good place to film this, but it works. So just to introduce myself, if you don't know me, I've been selling on eBay for almost 2 years now. I had my first sale in December of 2015. Just kind of went from there, and by last year, fourth quarter, I was completely full-time. I sell pretty much exclusively men's clothing, a lot of streetwear, mostly used vintage, with the real focus on 90s streetwear, at least right now, while it's really hot. And so that's what I do as far as my business goes. Outside of that, I am pretty involved in the eBay community, particularly the seller community, just kind of involved with different Facebook groups. I really like getting to know other sellers and being a part of that community, and also helping sellers to do better with their stores in their own professional kind of world. And so, you know, this summer I actually I applied for the eBay Shine Awards, which I don't know if you know what that is, but it's basically an awards program that eBay puts on to celebrate sellers, and it's pretty cool because, you know, most of us do this on our own. You know, there's some sellers have employees, but I'd say probably the majority of you that are watching this are kind of solo like myself, and so, you know, it can be like a lonely job, but and I think it's just a really cool program that eBay puts on to celebrate sellers and kind of, you know, focus on the ones that are excelling. There's 5 different categories. I was a finalist for the Rising Star category, and then I was the winner for that category. So there were 5 winners and then 1 overall winner. And so I got to go to eBay Open and be a part of that, and it was just like a really fun experience. And so as part of that, you know, for me, I've just really been drawn to the community aspect of eBay. I have a background in nonprofit work, and so, you know, just kind of working a job and making money selling clothes. I mean, I really enjoy the independence it gives me, but it's not quite enough. And so for me, it's like I'm always seeking ways to kind of get more involved, be a part of a bigger community, help other people. I really love being able to, you know, gain knowledge myself and then share that with other people and help them to be better at what they do. And so that's something that I really strive for. And so part of going to eBay Open that I really loved was kind of the sense of community that they really foster there. And I've been to other conferences before, you know, working in the nonprofit world. You know, I went to conferences that were all like around like a big cause. It was something that was really important. And yet I've never experienced something like eBay Open. It was so energizing, and it was so exciting, and getting to meet all these other sellers and find out, like, you know, what it is that they do, what kind of stuff they sell, what their backgrounds are like. And everybody was so excited to meet each other and excited to hang out and learn about each other. And then on top of that, we got all this access to eBay employees, and they were like right there, you know, from the execs to just, you know, regular employees that work in all different departments. And every single one of them was so excited to meet us and to talk to us and to get feedback from us. And there was just like this sense of complete openness and connectivity between all aspects of eBay. And I found that really exciting, and like I said, I found it really energizing, and it made me just want to kind of build on that. And so some of the takeaways I had from that is I feel like, you know, not everybody is able to go to something like eBay Open. You know, you have to travel. It does cost a little bit. It's not too bad, but, you know, for a lot of people, it can be too much. And so I just started thinking about what are some ways that I could bring that energy and that sense of community out to like a broader audience. Because there is something really special about the way eBay operates, and the openness and the way that they really want to connect with their sellers, and they want there to be a partnership there, and they recognize the diversity of our community, and just the broad array of the types of people who sell on eBay, and the people who work for eBay, and the people who buy from eBay. And so I just wanted to try and figure out how could I broaden that and bring that out to a wider audience. And so the idea that I came up with is actually to do a podcast. There's different podcasts out there. There's YouTube channels. I think most of them tend to be focused on how to be a seller, how to be a better seller, whether it's, doing haul videos, doing bolos, talking about, the nuts and bolts of being a seller, helping to teach people how to be better sellers. And I think all that's important, but I think that there's a real need to kind of plug into that sense of community and help people to find their peers and to find the people that are doing similar things and going through similar struggles or having similar successes, and being able to share that and understanding it on a deeper level. So I came up with this podcast, and it's something I'm working on right now. And it's really going to be more so of a lifestyle podcast. It's going to be about meeting people from all walks of life that are involved in eBay. And again, I want sellers, I want employees, I want eBay execs, I want hopefully some buyers, and I want to be interviewing them, thinking probably like on a weekly basis. I'm hoping to have one to put out. And so it's about interviewing them and not just learning about what they do with eBay. Again, I don't necessarily want to only talk about, what they sell and how they sell it. But also just kind of learning about them as people and like learning about their backgrounds, learning about what they do outside of eBay. What is the thing that drives them? What are they passionate about? What does eBay allow them to do with their lives? What kind of freedom does it give them? What their goals are, where they want to go with it. Just all the interesting things that, you learn about people when you get to talk to them. I want to kind of get into that more. And I really want to explore that with eBay employees as well. I think for a lot of us, as sellers, we don't necessarily think about eBay as the individual people that make it up. You think of the customer service that you have to call, and the different people that maybe you interact with, but you don't necessarily understand them as people. And so I think it's going to be a really powerful way for us to kind of break down those walls, because when you meet somebody who actually works in the customer service department, you start to gain like an understanding of some of the struggles that they deal with and some of the difficulties of their jobs, but also what they really love about it and why they like to work with us as sellers and why they like to work for eBay, and what it is that drives them. So it's like I want to explore that on a much deeper level. So I'm going to be doing that with the podcast. Outside of that, what's going to happen with this YouTube channel is, I don't completely know what it's going to be. I don't know where it's going to go. I'm tend not to be a big planner. I like to allow things to kind of develop organically. So what I want to do with the YouTube channel is to hopefully document the journey of creating the podcast. So it'll kind of be like supplemental. Some people like to watch videos, some people like to listen to podcasts. I do a little bit of both. I listen to a lot of podcasts though. I really find those to be a great way to pass the time, like while I'm taking pictures and, working on listings and stuff like that. So I do really love podcasts, and I listen to them a lot also when I'm driving to go sourcing and stuff. But I think it'll be great to kind of see like a little bit behind the scenes, because I am hoping to do a lot of my podcasts, traveling. I'd like to go to where sellers and employees are and actually like see their world. So I'd like to be able to document that visually, and be able to show kind of like what it is they do, with eBay and outside of eBay. I'd love to go, to like Utah, where I know that they have a lot of the customer service people are there, and actually meet some of them. I'd love to go to Portland, where the tech guys are, with eBay, and down in California, and also just travel to go see different sellers and see what their setups are and see what kind of fun stuff they do outside of that, meet their families, and just really kind of take everybody along with me to go on that journey. And so that's kind of like the basic concept of what I'm doing. Again, it's pretty broad, and I think it's gonna change and evolve over time, and I'm hoping that I can get a lot of feedback from you guys. I don't even have a name for it yet, so if you have any ideas, feel free to share them with me. If you have any questions, or there's things that you would like to see in a podcast, or you would like to see on a YouTube channel like this, please let me know, because the more feedback I get, the more I can shape it and hopefully be exactly what people are looking for. I do want, it's going to be really focused on the community aspect. There's going to be a focus on kind of how we can be better people just in general. It's going to be about being very positive, and putting that positive energy out there, whether it's in our personal lives or in our professional lives, because I really do firmly believe that what you put out is what you get back. And the more proactive and positive you are, and the better that you treat the people around you and your fellow sellers and eBay employees and just people in general, the better your life's going to be. And it really is going to end up impacting your bottom line with your business as well. I think it all kind of connects. And so, looking at how we as sellers can give back and be a bigger part of the world around us, whether it's within our own communities or within the larger eBay community or in the world, whether it's like supporting charities and other nonprofits, giving back and doing that as sellers, as eBay employees, as, just all members of this amazing community that we find ourselves a part of. I want to make that happen. I want to hopefully inspire people to be the very best versions of themselves that they can be. Because I think that's what is exciting about living in this world. It's like getting to meet people, getting to enrich people's lives, getting to always be improving yourself and looking for ways to be a better person. And so, again, it's kind of a broad idea. It really is. It's going to change. It's going to grow. And hopefully it's going to turn into something really wonderful. And I'm hoping that for those of you that really do see your work with eBay as being a lifestyle, I hope that this is going to speak to you and help you to build an even greater sense of community and get to know each other. And again, I would love to have any feedback. Please, if you're not subscribed to this channel, subscribe. I'm going to be putting out, more stuff. The podcast, I'm going to be recording the first one this weekend. It won't necessarily be the first one that comes out, I don't think, but I want to get a few of them under my belt before I start releasing them, because I am wanting to do like hopefully a weekly release. I haven't decided yet if I will also be filming the actual interviews as I do them. I might do that. I know some people like to see the people as they're talking. So that might be part of it. But I will be doing that, and I'll hopefully be putting out some more videos soon of kind of like the journey along the way. Like I said, I'm actually going to the beach this weekend for fun, but I'm also going to be recording a podcast. I'll be sourcing along the way, kind of getting out of my territory. So there might be a little bit of that. Like I said, it's not going to be about teaching people how to eBay. I won't really do haul videos, but there'll be times when stuff will come up where, particularly if there's like a big change in how eBay is operating, or, big change to policies, I'm going to probably address that at some point. And I'll pay attention to questions that you guys have. And if there's one that I think is important, I might address it. So I'm not going to like completely ignore the kind of like how-to part of doing eBay and being a seller. There will be a little bit of that as well, but probably not a lot. And so, again, just give me feedback. Let me know what you think. If you have any ideas for names, awesome. Share this channel with anybody that you think might be interested in learning more about this or getting to know me. You can always reach out to me. I'll have contact information down below. So you can kind of check out like my store, Instagram, my email, all that stuff. So if you have any questions and you don't just want to comment below, then you can just ask me directly, and I'll be totally happy to get back to you. So thanks for watching my rambling video, and hopefully you'll be seeing from me again soon, and stay tuned for good things to come.